incentive was the cutscenes of the game, play the weird cutscenes that the game has. So I'm glad to announce, I'm glad to say that that donation incentive was met. So now it's time to run this game with this awesome cutscenes. So are we ready for the time?
Yep, whenever you are.
Okay, so guys, put attention to this wonderful cutscene. So I'm gonna start on 3, 2, 1, go. And hey,
let's start the game.
Let's start the game. So also put the most attention that you can to this wonderful cutscenes.
Ah, Pepsi Man, you got here just at the perfect time. I got a call that a vending machine ahead ran out of Pepsi, and I was just on my way there when I got a flat tire. There are a bunch of people gathered in front of the vending machine. They want Pepsi, and the word is that they're just about to riot. I plan to head over there as soon as I can fix this flat, but it looks like it's gonna take some time. Can't you do something, Pepsi Man?
So guys, I hope that you have a good amount of Pepsi to enjoy during all this run. And well, as you can see here, the only vending machine of Pepsi in Old City run out of Pepsi to now. The only Pepsi truck got a flat tire, and they don't know how much time we're gonna take to replace it. So we need to go as fast as possible and be the superhero that everybody needs, because we cannot be fine if we don't have any kind of Pepsi. If we don't have our Pepsis, everything is gonna be bad. So now Pepsiman needs to go to that vending machine and refill it, or well, at least give to the people some Pepsis. And well, this is any percent plus cutscenes obviously, so I'm gonna be playing all the cutscenes. That was a good hit on the part. And well, on any percent, I'm gonna... Okay, I don't know what happened, but I wasn't able to fly it. Interesting meme. So, well, on any percent you need to avoid all the Pepsi cans that you can, because at the end of the stage there's a counter that says how many Pepsis do we have got, and obviously the most amount that we have and the most time we lose. And fortunately I was able to finish this stage with no Pepsi cans, which is something good, but I got some hits that make me lose some time, unfortunately. So take a Pepsi and give a drink, guys. Time to move to the second stage of the game. Well, the second percent of this first stage, there are 4 stages, and each stage has 3 cents. This is the cent here. And nice movement, Pepsi Man. And nice delayed sound effect. Also, every time I got 10 Pepsi cans, I'm gonna refill my health. So now I've got a hit. If I got another 3 extra Pepsi cans, I'm gonna refill my health. And now this is a moment to enter in this nice game called Pepsiman Pro Skater Tony Hawk Edition, or Tony Hawk Pro Skater Pepsiman Edition, whatever you want to call it. There's a little glitch that we have shown in the last part. Some graphical glitches, nothing interesting to say, to be honest. And now it's time to help all the people. Don't get mad and give them a Pepsi. And yes, the previous Pepsi machine have a Pepsi, because that's not a public vending machine. That's a vending machine exclusive for Pepsiman. And well, we have saved the day, but Oh, that's a Pepsi truck, and... Okay... Now this is the first boss battle of the game. Yes, this big Pepsi can, and for some reason Pepsiman don't want to go sideways in order to keep safe, so he prefers to keep on the road. Well, there's a lot of stuff on it that can make that you can get hit, because some people like to put this stuff here on the road. So this is gonna take like 1 minute. Nothing interesting to say. And also, every time you get hit, you get more closer to the boss. So 3 hits, that's death. And first stage, beat it.
You're doing pretty good.
Obviously that I'm doing this pretty good.
Have a Pepsi.
Remember guys, have a Pepsi.
Next stage.
And it's time to go to the next stage. And again, it's time to hear another wonderful GhostSenpai.
Pepsiman! There's a building on fire just ahead. We need to get there immediately, but look what's happened! According to reports I have heard, they got the fire under control, but there are some people that couldn't escape fast enough and are trapped on the roof. They are extremely exhausted, and it doesn't seem likely that we can get first aid to them in time. Can't you give them something to help revive them, Pepsiman?
Yeah, well, resuming again what we have heard. A building in fire. Fire is under control. People cannot be risked for now, and they are getting exhausted, so we need to give them some Pepsis. Well, this game is a PlayStation exclusive for Japan. It was released back in 1999, because we know that Japanese people is weird, and they used to have mascots for everything, and Pepsiman is the mascot of Pepsi. Well, this game was more like to show the new image of Pepsiman. Something curious about this game is that it was a big failure in Japan. It hasn't sold a lot of units, but thanks to the piracy and lessons in America, this game was so known, very popular. And yeah, sometimes, thanks to the piracy, you can play a lot of good games that wasn't released officially in some parts of the world. And also, the way that I move is that I just have 2 buttons, the cross button that I used to jump, and the square button that if I press I can perform and slide, and if I press the directional D-pad button, the up button on the D-pad, I'm gonna be able to go faster if I keep pressing it, and also I press the square button, which is something cool. And again, another time to keep a drink to a Pepsi. And now this is a new lection that we need to learn thanks to Pepsiman. You need to be careful about what are you touching on the floor, where and which parts are just step up. And again, we're gonna be burning down on the city. Nice jump. Well, I'm fully aware that if will be organized another marathon and I submit this again, he's gonna get in this game. Because if you remember when I have said that I got a good spoiler of the marathon when I was just doing Crash Bandicoot 2, it's because when I have submitted this game, Gooby said on the Discord server of the marathon that I have saved the marathon since I have submitted Pepsiman. And now his idea about having a Pepsiman run in all the marathons that he organizes is gonna keep going. I got a good spoiler that I was gonna be featured in the marathon run in this game, so maybe for the other marathon I'm gonna do 100% plus cutscenes. But if I do again any percent, I'm gonna add another kill incentive that's gonna be that every time I die, I'm gonna donate $1. If I get better, it's gonna be every time I got hit. To make it more interesting. And also, when I finish everything, every stage, well, when I finish every stage, for every 25 Pepsi cans I gain an extra life, so maybe in next stages I'm gonna be taking more Pepsi cans in order to gain some extra lives for safeness purposes. And well, the people of the building got a Pepsi and they're not exhausted anymore, and ouch, that should have hurt. And yes, this is the second boss battle of the game. We have a red pizza truck. I understand that this works. And again, we need to run to keep safe because we cannot go on the sidewalk in order to keep safe on the game. Because Pepsiman likes risks. We need to take some risks. Okay, that was bad. Okay, I'm safe. Time to go to the stage 3 and the next ascent. Now officially we have beaten half of the game.
Pepsi for TV game.
Remember guys, Pepsi for TV game. Nice English, by the way. Time to hear this speech here.
Pepsiman, a plane full of passengers had to make an emergency landing in the desert. We were on our way there when the helicopter broke down. Fortunately, no one was hurt or killed. But in the middle of nowhere, right in the middle of the desert, and they are all exhausted. Another helicopter is on the way, but it looks like it's going to take some time. Isn't there anything we can do to help them until that helicopter arrives?
Emergency landing on the middle of nowhere, and fortunately everybody is safe, so they don't know how much time it's gonna take to the other helicopters to save the people, so now Pepsiman needs to go and save that people. Okay, that was bad. Well, something I need to say also about this game is that if you hear that the voices are so bad that the dubbing work, it's how I can say it, it's a big failure. It sounds so bad, like a bad pronunciation. I need to say that that was done on purpose, and I'm gonna talk a bit about it later. So unfortunately I have died because I was trying to do another can of damage in order to keep safe. So now I'm gonna take some Pepsi cans in order to gain some extra life. And now we are gonna be trying to avoid all of these woods. I'm gonna try to do a frame perfect trick with all this shit, this and thing that's going slower, going down, because some of them you need to jump over them, and others you need to do a slide. Okay, it was close to get it. Well, I have got one, and the first time I have to start this, but I wasn't able to get it. Okay, that was bad. Game over, nice meme, but don't worry, we can continue on this game. This is the first time in a marathon that this happens to me. Don't worry, we're gonna finish under the estimate. If we don't finish, sorry guys. 4. Gonna do some damage here. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, that was close. To go faster in order that this rude guy doesn't catch me. No, I don't think I'm gonna catch another extra life. No, I'm not gonna catch it. I'm just gonna have 1 instead of 2. Okay, time to move to the center of this 3rd stage. And now we need to avoid these holes. But yes, sometimes you can choke. Well, something I'd say that I haven't practiced this song. Don't be surprised if I choke. Like that. Interesting. Okay. Game, please, why are you doing this to me? Yes, I was able to beat this, but I need to gain some extra life, so I'm gonna go for some scans. Earlier, John Pike was worth it. Yes, because when I perform the dash, I need to time correctly my movement because I lose some speed, so if I do a jump or I do some kind of movement, maybe I'm gonna be able to reach some part that I was trying to reach. Okay, with this I'm gonna get 2 extra lives. No! Why I have done that? Sorry guys, I'm not gonna be able to finish this under my estimate. I failed you guys. Shows need to continue. And also, a little advice for staff, if I run out of the estimate and you wanna quit my run, just tell me, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm just not having a good pace this night. Like this. But yeah, maybe if this is not a 30, it's gonna be like a 32 or 33, if I don't keep failing. And just in case, I'm gonna go for some extra Pepsi cans. Hello? No, game, no! Okay, this is the last part of the stage. Less energy. Okay, that's good. Jesus Christ, this was so fucking terrible. And then we give some Pepsis to these people. Got an emergency landing. And now, if up to this point you haven't found any kind of logic on this game, maybe you're not gonna find any kind of logic in this part. Because I'm fully aware that this cannot happen in real life. And yes, this is a weird third boss of the game. Literally just saying victory so early. We're safe. Time to go for the last stage of the game. Yeah, if there's any piece of logic on this game. Definitely. Let's see if I can finish at last with a 30 or 31 if I run out of the estimate.
Pepsi for pizza.
And remember guys, Pepsi for pizza. And well, I'm not gonna explain this last cutscene, just hear this by your own and get your own conclusions.
Pepsi Man, it looks like the main computer of Pepsi City went out of control a little while ago from being overloaded. All the roads are affected by the computer and we can't move ahead. There isn't enough Pepsi for everyone, and violence has flared up amongst those wanting Pepsi. Exhausted people are collapsing because they can't refresh themselves with Pepsi. If it continues like this, there will be a worldwide shortage of Pepsi, and we'll have a real problem. Can't you do something to put the computer back in working order?
So well, hope that you have got your own conclusions of this, so we're gonna see the master hacker of the world, which is Pepsiman, trying to fix the principal computer in Pepsi City. And remember guys, it's not the petroleum, it's not another nuclear attacks to other countries. The real third war is gonna start when the world runs out of Pepsi. Something I forgot to mention is that on this part that I have this trash can, for some reason the controllers are inverted. So if I press left I go to the right, if I press right I go to the left. Yeah. Some kind of logic. I'm aware that I have to press the select button. It was good that I haven't got hit by that car, otherwise I should have died. Because I should have bounced and I have to go to that old. Yes, it's gross that the trash can invert controls. You know, it's time to go to the last scene of the game, talking about regular parts of the stages. And probably the most hardest stage of all the game. So we are now in the Pepsi factory, and we can see how the factories are inside of it. So if you have seen before that the factories are different, you maybe got tricked, because this is the real form of the Pepsi industry, the Pepsi factories, Pepsi City. I just have done that in order to refill my closed. And yes, who doesn't wanna take a tour on this factory? And yes, game, thank you for dropping my jumping input. That was supposed to be a good joke. Doesn't matter how much cans did I get to gain extra lives for the last part of the game. Or the last boss. But I just take it in order to refill my health on these parts. And now it's time to start with the probably the only hardest part of the game, so I'm gonna keep quiet. And there we go, that was the most hardest part of the game. Fortunately, I was able to beat it at first attempt. And yeah, as you have saw, just Pepsiman extends his hand and makes that the central computer loses that overload and everything starts to fall. So sorry guys, again, I ran out of the estimate, but fortunately this is just the last stage of the game, which is the last boss battle, and I got a golden split here. Interesting. Because I'm timing this with my own splits, and again, the logic of this. Last boss battle, again this big Pepsi can, but it's not only enough with that big Pepsi can, because we need these little or well medium Pepsi cans also. So guys, you remember that every time I finish this boss battles, the game turns into a widescreen mode, adding some black bars on the on the top and the down part of the screen. Well, that part I lose the control of Pepsiman, so time's gonna finish when I lose the control of Pepsiman, and that widescreen mode enters. So please be ready for the timer, staff. And okay, never mind, another. I have choked this horrible. I was gonna say time on a bit, but not time, unfortunately. What I can do? Another minute waste. I need to finish this. But definitely, this probably has been my worst Pepsiman run to date. So I hope that you can apologize me, people. I hope that you don't get afraid or get upset with me saying to this. I feel so bad right now. I wanna cry, but I have a Pepsi that I'm drinking, so I feel better with that. So, time's gonna be on a while, and time. And well, now it's time to see the very last cutscene of the game. We're gonna see the last cutscene of the game, and then everything's gonna finish, so let's keep it quiet for a bit.
You got it! Yeah! Yeah!
Obviously I got it. Mistakes were made, but at last I got it.
Everybody Pepsi! Drink Pepsi!
Everybody Pepsi and drink Pepsi, people.
Pepsi. Only my choice.
And remember, for all the Midwest people, Pepsi, it's only their choice. And well, something that I also need to mention about the game is that I've said before, this was a Japanese exclusive title. And well, that guy that you saw on screen is called Mike Butters, and some people have contacted him on Twitter, and when they asked to him some stuff of the game, he said that the Japanese director of the game told him that he needed to act as poorly as he can, and guess what? He got it, and gave us this wonderful cutscenes for this game. And well, I think that's everything by my part. I am Unfato Damas, GhostSenpai. Unfortunately, I ran out of the estimate, but mistakes were made.
No worries. Thank you so much,
the wait,
GhostSenpai.
Excuse me.
the cutscene haven't finished already. It's gonna finish right now, and as you can see, with this bunch of Pepsi, I'm fully aware that it's not something good for your health. And remember, if you're gonna drink Pepsi, take a moderation with that drinks, because a lot of soda is not good for our health. And well, that was Pepsiman. Any person plus cutscenes. Mistakes were made, but well, everything was nice. So keep watching, guys. There's still some good runs in the marathon. For now, this was everything on my part. I was GhostSenpai. If you have some tips about Crash 2 or Pepsiman, feel free to ask, and I'm gonna be glad to help to all the people who wanna run these games. So, well, it's everything. And also, thank you again for the people who donated for the bit war from the language on Crash 2, and also thank you for the people who donated for the cutscenes on this game.
Awesome. Thank you so much, GhostSenpai. I really appreciate it. Up next, we've got Velior running Sonic CD 2011. Stay tuned for that, guys. We're going to go ahead and